I've been searching for happiness for so many years. But finally, I've discovered something that is greater than happiness. And when I found this treasure, I gave up my search. What I found was enough to make life peaceful and fulfilling, and not only for me. Today I want to share this secret, which may not be a secret at all. My first experience with roses was a complete disaster. It always seems to happen that at the moment you think you are going to be a great gardener or the queen of roses, something goes wrong. After I conducted the practice of the revealing rose, which I described in episode 9, a whole bed of roses just appeared in my life. But it was a pretty neglected one, if I'm being honest. For a long time I watched that flower bed in the courtyard grow wild and unkempt, and then I decided to take matters into my own hands. Flowers are like kids. They need constant attention, care and love. As I started to tidy up this flower bed, my neighbors came to me one by one. They were busy, respectable people in their senior years who didn't have a free time to spare. They expressed their gratitude for my efforts in taking care of the neglected roses, and told me that the grandma who used to take care of the flower bed is 90 years old and she has stopped leaving the house this year. She's been taking care of it for so long, and now it's up to someone else to keep it going. So suddenly I found not just a whole flower bed that I dreamed about, but also a real treasures in the bushes, a knife and a book of Russian satire and humor, the little things of life. I gave thanks to that grandmother who had grown these roses, and guess what? It turns out that the elderly woman had been watching me from her window all this time, and she thanked me for taking care of her roses. Later her daughter told me about it. There was so much joy and happiness in the house after that, and it all started because of a big problem. The roses were so ugly and messy. They didn't decorate anything, they just made everything look bad. They even clung onto people's beautiful dresses and pulled out threads, grabbed hands and bags, and got on nerves of everyone who walked by, and first of all the busy neighbors. Now everyone is happy. The neighbors, grandma, her daughter and me, even the passers-by, and I'm sure the plants are too. My dear friend, in this life not everything goes as we want, right? but there's always something to be grateful for. Gratitude ignites our hearts. It is a soft but very powerful energy that can warm us and even change our lives. If only we open up to this power, believe in it, or at least cultivate gratitude as a habit. I think gratitude is a natural part of every day. The same as sunrise and sunset, as your breakfast, lunch or dinner, as any part of your daily routine. But gratitude should not become a routine. It is something that comes from your core. It's what your heart whispers. And if we listen to it, it always knows what to be grateful for and how. But only if we do not jump up and run about our business, cursing the whole world, but if we really take a moment and listen, because the heart speaks softly. We always have something to thank our family for, don't we? We can sprinkle gratitude on our loved ones, for the time spent together, for always being there, warming us with their love. For loving us as we are. And we can be different, sometimes unbearable, right? Because our loved ones are healthy and happy, for filling our lives with a special meaning, for simply being present in our lives, because they are loved ones. And even if you have no loved ones, I won't make any great discovery. You have you, my dear friend, and there is definitely something to be thankful for. How long have you thanked yourself for something, for a walk, for delicious breakfast, for time well spent? Why do we get used to saying thank you only for a service, for attention, for some kind of good done for us? Can we give thanks for the ordinary and inconspicuous, for all that our life consists of? Are we grateful to our fate for what we have, as well as for what we do not have? Do we realize that all our troubles, difficulties and misfortunes are the things for which we can and even should be sincerely grateful as an acquired experience, a life lesson, an opportunity to change something in ourselves and in our life? If we fill ourselves with gratitude, the real magic begins. We will see things we have not seen before, and of course we will give thanks for all these small miracles. I changed a lot when I started keeping gratitude journal. From a person who constantly wants something for herself, I gradually turned into someone who gives thanks for everything she comes in contact with every day. Over time I learned to appreciate what I have, to notice the good things in life. I'm learning to deal with my problems more calmly and wisely. Thanks to gratitude, I learned to forgive and understand. It is gratitude that supports me in the most difficult moments of my life. After all, to be truly grateful means acknowledging that there are things that do not depend on us. Good things happened, thank you, and the good things will multiply. A bad thing has happened, thank you, and the bad will become dimmer, and soon it will even completely fade or dissolve. It seems to me that external forces often test us in this way to see alignment between our words and actions. Am I really capable of gratitude for all my failures and mistakes, for all the people and for all the events that cause my dissatisfaction or disappointment? Am I grateful for everything, or am I just repeating this popular word like a parrot? It's easy and nice to give thanks for beautiful things. What if something is unpleasant and not the way we would like? We get upset, sad, angry, irritated. That is, we express our dissatisfaction. I realized that it is easier to go through life with a feeling of gratitude in my heart. Everything that happens is my experience, for which I am grateful. Sincere thanks bring lightness to life and to the heart, peace of mind, contentment, inner peace, and as a result, you see the outside world much more beautiful, as it is, which means perfect. I really like the way the word gratitude sounds in Russian. It consists of two words, goodness and I give. It turns out that when I express and feel gratitude, I'm literally giving goodness. And so it is. I give goodness first of all to myself, to my inner state, and my inner peace flows into the outside world. And I naturally give goodness to my loved ones, to random passers-by, to the world. And the more consciously grateful people we have around us, the more goodness we will give to the world, right? I express my gratitude to you, my dear friend, and I give you goodness. With love, your Dreamy.